It's finally here on NWA. It did record several months ago, but we're finally seeing it on Roku, NWA 77. And we get to review the first week, which was called New York Minute. The episode that aired on Roku just yesterday with myself and, of course, my NWA ride or die, who managed to watch Power on a Tuesday, Fiona.
On a Tuesday, like I am as shook as you are. I swear to God, I nearly fell off the sofa when it started playing. I got to watch it like yesterday evening. Like UK time would have been about, I don't know, 8 o'clock maybe.
Brilliant.
Like actually stunned and thoroughly delighted because we've both said it. What a friggin' amazing start to the NWA 77 like kind of
Oh.
series of shows. So
It
good.
was absolutely brilliant. And it started with a new theme and a new
I know,
video
that's
package.
exciting.
That was even better. I enjoyed it. I think it was a Smashing Pumpkin song. I'm pretty sure it was.
I haven't even checked.
Maybe one of the NWA guys that watch this can drop it in the comments if they know what the song is, because it's a banger as well.
And what a cracking looking venue as
Oh,
well.
literally about to say that. That just reminded me a little bit, not too much, but in a way of the first Samhain venue. I know it was different because Samhain had a bit, the whole sort of, it just, it felt big. I know it was stupid because it should be big because it's 77, but it actually felt like a huge place to be in at the time.
It did. It really did. I thought it looked cracking. I'm sitting looking at the guys up on the balcony going, that's a
Yeah.
great view.
Yeah, it really was. And what a great way to open. And then of course, I mean, they don't waste any time. What a way to kick off the 77th anniversary show with the Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is now called the Hodge after Danny Hodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hodge. Someone that's holding it for 400 days at this point. I didn't realize it was
Wow,
that
that
long.
long. I never clocked that. That's impressive.
400 days. Too hot to trot. Alex Taylor. Now, one thing I will say, Frill Billy, my man, I don't know what thrift store you got those trousers from, my friend. My God. Those were a special pair, weren't they? But they were all kind of wearing special kind of clothes for 77, weren't they? Every one of
Hey,
them.
big event. Pull out all the stops.
Pull it out. That was an incredible set of trousers, Billy. Frill Billy. Amazing. But nevertheless, in terms of, we spoke the other day when we was doing Exodus about the Carson Shuffle. The Rich Swann dancing was what was it?
He was on fire.
He
So
loved
good
it.
to see him wrestle again. It's been a
Yeah.
long time since I've actually watched him do anything.
Well, he's been
Um,
away for some time, hasn't he? Because he was at TNA. He got an issue there. I think I can't remember what happened, but there was an issue. He got released. He just returned to TNA, and funny enough, he's
yeah,
returning as they're taking a month off
I
before the
know.
next set taping. So it was great to see him back. And then these two, my God, I mean, this was
What, honestly, like, I'll say it now rather than at the end, but if you are going to open a series based on your top show of the year, your anniversary show, you want it to start with a bang. You want to hook the viewers in, you want to get some excitement. And I can't actually think, although we've only seen so many matches,
Mm.
out of this show that aired, this was the match to do that.
Oh, it was literally incredible this one. I thought it was going to be. I mean, AT's definitely an unsung hero in the NWA. I don't think he
Without a
gets the
doubt,
credit
without a doubt.
that he deserves. I mean, there was just something there was like knockout punches. There was started off technical, a nice bit of mat based stuff, and it built and it was
It was
great.
in the ring, it was out the ring.
And it built it up. The match was just built up so well. And I know this is, and you could probably tell Rich Swann's done work in the WWE just by the way that he works anyway.
Yeah.
But to set this up and the way they done this match was just so good. It just rose and rose and rose. I didn't want it to end. That was the bad thing. The match had to end, right? And
It
it did.
did, it did. I didn't actually, I kind of lost track of the time. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I know it didn't have like, imagine they'd put like a time limit on that. I'd have been gutted. Could have, they
Yeah.
could fight forever as the chant goes.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would have loved. I mean, I wouldn't have cared if the whole episode had been these two, to be quite honest with you. However, AT did have to stoop a little low, for want of a better phrase, to get the job done. A low blow, and my favourite finishing name in wrestling, the cream whistle, uh, gets the job. It always pops me, that does, when I hear the commentators say a green whistle. Danny Dills though on commentary. Now I've got it. Wings of Mercury and Son of a Biscuit are his two favorite sayings. You will say
Son
that
of a
quite.
biscuit.
Yeah, son of a biscuit and wings of Mercury.
What kind of biscuit, I wonder? Hmm.
Danny, what kind of biscuit are we
I've not
talking?
had my dinner yet. I'm hungry. Now I'm thinking
Oh,
about food.
I've had pizza and garlic bread since, so I'm
I'm
full.
glad I'm at the end of a screen and not sat beside you then.
Well, that's a shame.
Anyway, I digress.
You digress. Anyway, we move on. The Colognes are back, and I totally forgot that they. This is not a hit on them because I haven't seen them since they lost the Crockett Cup. They were back. They were going
Yeah,
in
they're here for a number one contender spot for the tag championships.
exactly that, which will be coming up in a minute. We'll get to that. And then we walk across the broad walk with Mr. Gutcheck himself, Mike Mondo, and he's got things on his mind. He's in beast mode, he says. And
24/7, don't
24,
forget that.
24/7, and it will soon be time for a gut check along the way in 77. We'll get to see his match soon. And then our good friends, the Holy Grail. I do, and he's going to hate me, but I absolutely loved Aaron Stevens and when the slime balls come out, because they kind of had a two split screw. You had the Holy Grail do their bit for their match against us. I think it was the slime balls they're going against, and then oh God, I can't remember who they were. Sorry, was going against, but
No,
then,
so it was Aaron with Carson. They're going up against the Holy Grail
that's
next
it.
week.
Thank you. That's it, Aaron. And then the slime balls come out, and they called him Peanut Butter Smooth.
Per PB.
Oh God,
I
smooth,
would
mate.
not be calling that man mountain anything other than smooth.
Well, he's not. I mean, as far as I know, he hasn't been announced for any UK tour, so I'm going to say peanut butter smooth, but I no doubt get a message later when this
You're a
goes out.
brave man. You know that he watches this.
I know. I'm going to look forward to that match next week, though. I think that's going to be an
Yeah.
interesting one.
But
But
I,
we met.
I did
Go on.
laugh at the slime balls though. They were like, there's cookies over there, and they're like, oh, cookie. Pfft. Like, to be fair,
Yeah,
again, food related, I'd be off like a shot. I'm sorry.
yeah. To
But
be, go
I
on.
am looking forward to seeing Aaron in action again. It's been a long time.
It has been a while. Well, we're going to get to Aaron a bit in a minute, actually, because there's a lot of stuff that happens with Aaron this week. So he's not out of the show yet, so to speak. And but the
Mhm.
cookie, to be fair, I think it's Tommy Rance. He could make a good cookie monster, couldn't he?
I
If you put
think
him,
so.
if you put him in the blue, if he was, if he could have done the dress up on Exodus Pro, he could have been put as the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street and gone and done. Maybe could have gone and won that match, but then he would have had to go against his team, so it would have made no sense, would it? Because it was the
This
winner
is
of that.
true.
Anyway, digress. Right, elimination style tag match. I love it. They used to call it tag team turmoil, didn't they? On in other
Yeah,
promotions,
for
used
the
to call
number
this
one contenders.
for the
This
number
was
one.
fun.
It was, and it was Zion and Frank Nightmare Sin. I haven't seen them in a while, of course.
Yeah, was that a new tag name for them, or is that one that I
No,
just happened to have missed?
yeah, you've
Or
missed it. They've been Nightmare. I think Nightmare Sin is the actual group name of Austin Idol's
okay,
group. Yeah, so that's
I've
been they've been
obviously
Nightmare.
missed that in one of the shows that I wasn't able to watch.
They were Nightmare Sin in the Crockett Cup.
Were they?
Yeah,
I didn't see all the Crockett Cup though,
yeah,
so
that's what he missed out. Against the returning BFT with Aaron at
with
this
Aaron,
at
that's
this
important.
that's important versus the Colognes versus my second favorite tag team, the Slime Bars. Yes, we all know my favorite tag team are the Immortals. But anyway, this started off really good. I did like I love the Slime Balls when they rest because they've got the comedy side to the Slime Balls. Obviously,
They have, but they can work.
they can work. But the most interesting bit about this, we obviously had Nightmare Sin eliminated first. But
Hmm.
and then we went to a break, and I was like, oh, going for a break. We had them. We'll just quickly. It was a Brian Idol promo, Joe Ocasio for the main event. We had a nice little promo on the 77th years of NWA during that stage.
Yeah.
The moment we return from a break is when proverbial shit hits fan. And as it
Hmm.
returns from the break, Aaron has loaded glove in hand, smashed, I think it was damage of BFT, and aligned himself with the slime balls.
I
And
don't know what's going on there, but I also don't know if we'll ever find out what's going on there.
no, it
Will
is.
the reason for him turning on BFT be revealed?
Well, we'd hope so. I mean, the good thing about NWA at the minute is obviously, we are getting some answers with stuff. Some stuff is flying by the wayside again, and we'll get to that in a minute. But other stuff we're actually getting to. So I think there is a lot of this stuff with Carson Drake as well.
Hmm.
So I've got a feeling Carson maybe having something to do with it. Although, to be fair, with BFT, they had been on a bit of a losing streak as well.
And we know that Aaron likes his winners, so to speak. So
Yes. But then it posed a question because BFT obviously get pinned at this point. Is what actually is next for BFT now? No,
that's
Aaron.
a big question that can't even I can't not that I can't think of anything, but I really don't know.
No, I don't know either. And that's the interesting bit, right? Is like what happens now to BFT? Because we were saying the other day that the tag team division needs a bit of a refresh, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure that the refresh would not include BFT. We think we included them in that. We just needed some more teams to for them to go against, maybe.
Yeah, I'm really not sure because I don't know, without the leadership and the guidance of Aaron, was he turning them, or did he turn BFT into something that they really weren't?
Mm, maybe,
Was
maybe.
was the masks and everything all his idea? Was the gear his idea? Like, do they become singles competitors? Do
This is
they
it.
change their gimmick, change their look, and refresh their entire kind of gimmick, so to speak? Do they fade into oblivion, never to be seen again? Like, we just don't know.
We don't, and that's the interesting bit. But the match carries on, by the way. We haven't got, we're down now to two teams. We're down to the Colognes and I was going to say PFT, the Colognes and the Slime Balls.
Yeah.
I do love their finisher, the Snot Rocket.
What a name, man,
That
honestly.
is just tremendous, isn't it? But it didn't get the job done. But I would say, I think it was Sage Chance in this. He took an absolute battering in the majority of this,
He did.
to his
He really
credit.
did.
But the snot rocket wasn't enough. And in the end, it was the backstabber or the backstabber, the combination that they do, got the job done for the Colognes, and they become number one contenders.
They said that's what they were coming for, and they stuck to their word.
Now, the interesting thing about this is that we're going to have soon the NWA Tag Team Championship match between Knox and Murdoch and the Immortals, the Crockett Cup winners. So essentially, you would probably put Samhain down as the tag team title match, unless it happens prior to, perhaps. I don't know.
That's a fair point, actually.
We will see.
And
But
whether it ends up being Knox and Murdoch or whether it remains the Immortals, that's quite a hefty challenge for the Colognes.
it would be, yeah, it will be. Will they take on the existing tag team champions in Knox and Murdoch, or will it be new tag team champions in the Immortals and the Crockett Cup winners, by the way? And I believe, did the Immortals not beat the Colognes in the Crockett Cup?
They did indeed.
So
That was
there
the
we
final
go.
match. It was
It
the
was the
Colognes
final.
versus the Immortals.
So we
So
could have a repeat of the Crockett Cup final down the road
you
and it could
see,
be for the tag team championships. Who knows? Latimer promo next. He did slay the dragon last week, or the L Dragon last week, and he's got his eyes on Thrillbilly now, which we know is 4 weeks away. Coincidentally, it's the week I come back from holiday, so we will get to review it. It will just maybe be slightly later in that week. But yes, 4 weeks today, or not today, but 4 weeks Tuesday, we'll see that match in its entirety, Thrill Billy and Latimer, which is great. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
And then a good friend of the channel, the Pope, was next in the ring. But so with some bad news for the congregation that he's not cleared to compete at
I
70.
like this little segment mainly because I missed that match. That was one of the shows that wouldn't play for me. So
Yes.
it was quite nice to see the little recap of him and Mims, and then what happened at the end of that match with Slade and Mondo. So
Yeah.
it was quite nice for me. I was like, okay, now I'm up to speed. Now I know what's going on. So if I hadn't seen that, I'd have been like, why is he injured? Now I know why he's injured. So this
Yeah.
is good.
That is indeed. He still says though that he wants the World Heavyweight Championship.
Interesting. Very
So
interesting.
Latimer or Frillbilly may be in the Pope's mirror, so to say, the front wing mirror of the Pope. I'm sure he's going to have to look at the side mirrors and want to get a bit of Mondo and Slade as well.
Yeah.
Go through. We'll see about it. Now, an interesting one because it's Joe Garley and he's interviewing Kenzie Page and Tommy Henry in Kenzie's house. But what the NWA have done really well is they do some side bits going on. And as this interview is going on about the territory battle between Crossfire and JCP, Joe Kazana Promotions, I'm still not happy with AJ Kazana, by the way, but that's for another time. Hey, I mean, AJ, if you want to come and air your grievances, we've got a channel right here. It's open for you to come on if you're man enough to come on and face me. But anyway,
Okay, I'll referee
but
that one.
I'm sure he will. But in the background, there is obviously a window, obviously, because it's a house, it's got a window. But outside the window is Kylie Page and Hunter Drake in the swimming pool. Now, initially, it looks like they're having an argument in there. You could see like the hands will go in and all this stuff. But then they started to get a bit more cozy, and Hunter was very close to Kylie as Kenzie looks
Right.
out the window. Kenzie goes out, she shouts about the pressure she's under. I've got two theories on this. One of them's the obvious one that something is about to happen between the two of those, right? That's one. My
Hmm.
second theory is a little bit, I wouldn't say out there, but my second theory could be that Kenzie Page is cracking up and she's actually seeing, like, she's envisaging something happening. And we're
Seeing things
seeing
that
it.
aren't there,
Yeah.
basically.
But we're seeing it from her point of view on power.
I like your thinking. That seems a little bit probably less likely, but I like your thinking there.
Well, why would they team up at Samhain if something has happened?
Kylie wants that belt.
But they're not going after the belts, are they? They're going after.
No, but Kylie potentially does want that belt. I'd be surprised if she doesn't. Why is she there if she doesn't want it?
Mhm.
Maybe she's plotting long term to for the downfall of her sister.
Oh, wow. Uh,
I have a
um,
sister. We plot against each other from time to time.
okay. I used to have two sisters. I've got one sister now, but I don't plot against her. But well, maybe. Well, listen, it's wrestling, right? And they're all about the gold,
And it's the NWA.
and it is the
Let's just say that. Call a
yeah,
spade a spade. Anything's possible.
certainly is possible. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. The only disappointing thing about this week was there was no the Cuthbert Isles, the cold brief aisles, sorry, the wheel stuff.
Why? Why,
Yeah,
why, why?
you got to us to a
What is
point.
going on with the will? Who's left? Who left the will and what's happening with it? I'm
I
kind
don't
of want
think
to.
I don't think we're going to see anything about that until after 77.
Do you reckon?
Mm. I don't think we'll see anything about
That's
Mike return.
frustrating.
I'm just it's
That's
just a guess. I mean, I'm not I don't know that factually, of course, but I'm just thinking it comes back after 77 because everything kind of stops for 77, right? And it's just more promos and whatnot. So that's my opinion anyway. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Before we get to the main event, let's just go through a couple of other promos that hit. Because there was the main event did go to a break where we had promos. Hammerstone was a promo about his match with Kerry Morton, which I think is next week, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
Really.
interesting matchup.
Well, we were talking about Kerry last week beefing up, and he's taking
Yeah,
on probably one of the most jacked wrestlers in the game in Hammerstone next week. We also see Tiffany Neves walking the Broad Walk with Greta. That she was one of the fans. I don't know. Was she flirting with her? What was she doing? It was.
I don't know, but Greta was wearing a shirt from, and I've totally not written the name down and forgotten it, but one of the Florida promotions. I
Hmm.
think it's the one that Markova and Brian Idol are involved in. So I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh,
Hmm.
okay, interesting. Fight the
So that
world, that's it.
fight the world. And the interesting bit about it is obviously Markova is going for the Burke at 77. So Tiffany Neves, obviously, look, she's got near enough every other bit. Is she thinking lucky seven here with one of her titles?
You never know. She's had a few shots.
But
Yeah,
Markova's had more shots than we've had days in the year. So it's not.
this is true.
So it's not exactly. It wouldn't be a surprise if Tiffany Neves was at least not at least first in line for the next champion, whoever that is. Could it be Kenzie? Could it be Markova? We'll find out. I'm sure that's going to be about 4 weeks away as well because they generally
Yeah.
end the show with the bigger, quote unquote, bigger matches. Nevertheless, speaking of title matches, main event now.
Well, I was going to say we also had the CeeLo EC3 and Smooth
Yeah, they were.
promo
Yes, yeah, I did.
at this point as well.
Yeah, well, they were not just a repeat of the same one that we had in the earlier break, though. Or did
It
they
might well have been
just basically hyping their match next
them
week?
sitting around the table.
Yeah, there was the same promo.
Yeah.
Well, we will say though, against CeeLo, the MVP of the Carson Cup, we would throw that one back up after his heroics at Exodus. And again, big thanks to Exodus Pro Wrestling for sending us the footage for that. We very much
Yeah.
appreciate that. That's very
If
good.
one man deserved to win the Carson Cup, it was Pastor CeeLo.
It certainly wasn't Carson Drake, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
Still got the most. Yeah, what do we say? The most punchable face in wrestling, not just the
Yeah.
NWA in wrestling. That man, and
That that that's a big scope.
and the shuffle shit as
That's
well.
quite an achievement, quite an
Yeah,
accolade.
and the shuffle shit as well. We don't want to. We got the spectacular fire slap. We've got the Carson shuffle. We got Rich Swann. I don't know, whatever you want to swanning around. Simple thing I think of. Anyway, let's uh let's get on. TV title, main event time. TV title, Brian Idol, one-on-one with again someone else that we've had, Joe Ocasio or Casio, however you want to
Ocasio, yeah. I
pronounce it.
always thought it was Ocasio, but it is according to the Ocasio, according to the comms. So
Well, I
my
thought one of them
apologies.
called him Ocasio. I thought Garley called him
I don't,
Ocasio.
yeah,
Billy.
I'm not
Oh,
entirely sure.
a point of mention here, there was no Billy on comms. It was
There
just
wasn't.
Garley and the Deal Machine, Wings of Mercury himself, was
Yeah.
on there. This was a good technical match, this.
And this would, just before we go any further, is title defense number 3 for Brian Idol and the
Yes.
Lucky Seven as well. So he's almost halfway there to being able to cash in if he wants to.
Yeah, I was, that they did make a point of that on the Power to mention that he was on this streak, and they keep mentioning their lucky seven for Brian Idol, and I'm thinking, is Brian gonna get seven? Lucky seven? Is he gonna
He
make it to
might
lucky seven
well.
and get an opportunity to cash it in? Because he keeps going on about it, and the commentators keep going on about it, which generally implies that that's going to happen, but.
Is it just the TV championship or are all the championships got lucky sevens?
Well, the national championship has as well because Phil Billy dropped
So,
it
right,
earlier on.
okay.
If
Yeah,
you remember,
okay.
about a year or so ago now, Phil Billy went for Lucky Seven.
Yeah,
Did just
that's
after
right.
Latimer won it and he
I forgot
lost.
about that.
Yeah, so it's definitely the national. Well, the national championship definitely is. TV championship must be as well because they kept going on
Yeah.
about it. So it must be there. Yeah, I got to admit, when I first saw this match, I was sitting there going, I'm, without being disrespectful, I'm not a Brian Idol fan of his in ring, and that's no. Listen, I'm not a wrestler. He's better than far better a wrestler than me. I'm just not a fan of generally not a fan. But this one, I would have to say, exceeded my expectations as to what I was gonna thought I was gonna be expecting to see. Um,
Okay.
really good technical start as well, which kind of I was kind of surprised by that, and it set the tone really for what was a really really good match between the two. I didn't like the fact the break cut it out because we had a
I
lot to
know.
break.
I literally written FFS on my notes.
Yeah.
Because both men, by this point, I think both men had gone out onto the floor.
Hmm.
Joe and Brian were out kind of on the floor doing what
Yeah.
they were doing. And then it cut to the ad break. And I was just like, oh,
Yeah. Which was
frustrating.
annoying. It was
And it's not
annoying.
even an ad break, it's a promo break.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. There was quite a lot to compact in that promo set as well, which was equally as annoying. But we come back. There was a nice super kick. There was a good moonsault. But eventually, with a what I class as a spinning kill switch, or unprettier, whatever you want to call it, looks that Kill Brian Idol ticks off title defense number three in the Lucky Seven and defeats Joe Ocasio and retains Z Gold this week. And that was a action-packed, fun episode one of NWA Power 77.
100%. Like I said at the start, great way to kick off the series.
It was a brilliant way to kick off the series. But speaking of kicking off, this coming Saturday, I hear the words sold out in your. Tell us more.
Indeed, indeed. British Championship Wrestling have sold out East Kilbride in my hometown. I am super, super excited. Former WWE NXT stroke Gallus member Wolfgang will be there,
Good man.
as well as Rampage Brown.
You, yeah.
Who else have we got? We've got BT Gunn in action. We've got Kenny Williams in action. We've
Hmm.
got Angel Hayes. We've got Melissa Fierce. We've got a whole host of people in action. So very much looking forward to that. But it's sold out. So if you wanted to come, sorry, you can.
Yep.
But there are still tickets left for Friday night's huge Maximum Impact show with Premier British Wrestling in Greenock. Um, I think we're looking at about 400 crowds coming in for
Lovely.
that one at the moment. Always a good night. Beautiful, beautiful town hall venue. Maximum Impact's one of our biggest shows of the year with Premier British Wrestling. And we will have our annual King of Cruisers match as well to crown a champion for this year. So much excitement for that. So good stuff.
Get yourself down to that one for sure. Coming up this weekend, we're on the road again. Big thanks to WrestleForce for the show on Sunday. Very, very fun show. Two shows we're going to be seeing this weekend. We're going to go and see our good friends at RCWA at Raynham this weekend. Some good matches on there, including CPF and a Fatal Four Way for the. I think it's their heavyweight championship is on the line. Taylor James is in it. Mike Bird is in it. Kelly Six is in it. And forgive me, I can't remember the fourth guy. So you're going to have to apologize. I apologize to RCWA. But on the Sunday, we're going to go and see the Dropkicks Academy. Some of the faces that we'll see will be some of the faces that we've seen on Saturday as well, but also including AJ Payne, who I'm really looking forward to. He's going to be wrestling Taylor James on that show. They're also going to be doing a tournament, two triple threat matches. The winners of those triple threat matches will fight again later on for the championship. I think, for a championship. And my good friend Tom Mercer, Tall Tom or Tiny Tom, depending on the crowd, will be wrestling for the championship as well in a separate championship. I might add on that show. Just bear with me. I'll get the correct. He'll be wrestling for the DKW British Championship against Big O, and the other championship is going to be called the Showcase Championship, which will be the two triple threat matches. The winners of that will go against one another for that championship, and there's going to be some good names in there. A good friend of mine, Tyson Keaton, who's had his theme song done by my good buddies David Bartholomew and Will Scar from If They Wrote the Theme. So he's got one of the first British wrestlers to have a theme created. I'll be recording that, and I'll be recording a lot more on the weekend. So looking forward to going to see that. And of course, finally, Ignite Wrestling, November the 23rd. Our championship match has indeed been announced. It is a triple threat match with Aluna going against Chris Aries and wow, the sensation from Wows, that is Shane hook. So please come to that show, Air 96 Eventbrite. Type in Curtain Call 4 and you will see it all. But Fee, look, it's been great. Week one is
Yeah,
done. We've got three or 4 weeks left of NWA. Let's hope they keep that momentum going. Let's hope you can
absolutely.
watch it again next Tuesday. And as long as we can. Oh, by the way, just a quick one. We're gonna have Jay from the.
They're like Jay from the Alliance blog.
I'll get the words out eventually tomorrow. Really good, exciting. We're looking forward to speaking to Jay, a big NWA fan as well. But Fee, providing you can watch it, we'll be back for part two next week.
Oh, we are indeed.
Fee, you'll be here. I'll be here. We hope you'll be here too. But until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.